Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shit, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, bitch, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever.
Yes, sir. LTA, baby. One more time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The moment has come. Been, roughly speaking, I'd say 11 months. 11 months of work. You guys think that we have been sitting on our asses? No, absolutely not here. Take a little break from the streams, all right? We're going to explain everything in detail so we have the full understanding of our reasoning, why we took a break after 400 live streams straight. We wrote a book. You can download it for free. It's an absolute must-have for you to download in order for us to get started in general. If you want to trade with us live again, want to pick up the streams multiple days a week, you have to be here. You have to understand the LTA concepts, the trading war map. It's 300 pages written in the last year, especially for you. Okay? We have been building up our community. We have a bunch of killers I'm going to introduce you to. Absolute killers in our group that have been absolutely crushing it here. So I must say, I wish you a warm welcome to the live streams. It's time to get back to work here. Most importantly, I want to thank everyone in our community here for sticking with us throughout thick and thin. We have been doing a lot of things in the back end here. We had to focus community. We had to take a step back after 400 live streams. We had to level these guys up and come back with more firepower. So thank you for coming to the first stream. We're going to get back into the charts. We're going to talk about the dollar. We're going to talk about some setups. But most importantly, I'm going to explain you the framework. I'm going to explain you the way we operate, what we're going to do over the next coming days, weeks, months ahead of us here, and how we can take over the game a little bit. All right? I think that makes a lot of sense here. W in the chat already, please, for my brothers. My G's. Get the party started. Let's make it happen. Good to see you all. It's really good to be back on the stream. You have absolute no idea how much We've been missing this shit. Okay. First things first. LTA Concepts 2.0 is out. We have been writing this book for over a year. It just has been released. It's something that you can download for free here. Absolute must-have. There is no secret behind it. No things you need to do. You can just download it. You can just start it. Okay? Read it with me. We're gonna go through it on the streams over and over and over again here. There is a bunch of information here that explains exactly what we do, how we go to work, and the upgrades have been unreal, right? Real data, real results, transparency first, no bullshit, okay? No guru type shit, straight up information and vibes, all right? Looking forward to it. I see Ivy in the chat. Good to see you again, Rafal. Good to see you. This skill, welcome. Tyra, welcome. Braden, my friend. Hey, he's back. Ryu, Relay. Andre, my G. Tabo. Asin. Yes, sir. Greg. Incredible. Dexter, my friend. What's up, bro? That's been a while. Thomas, yes? Okay, okay. Incredible. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Yeah, you guys have been all absolutely killing it. We're gonna go over the group here. We have a bunch of guys streaming live right now in our group right here. You can see that right there. Boom. Look at that. Look at my fellas. Look at my G's. You guys think that we've been sitting on our asses, have been doing nothing this whole year. But the reality is that's not how it works. You have to keep working. You have to keep grinding. You have to keep building. If not on the front end, at least in the back end. Okay? And we're gonna go over them in a second here. I'm gonna introduce you to a couple guys in our group. So with that said, let's go and let's talk about our structure, everything that we have been doing over the last year. We have been trading. We have been consistently trading. We have not been stopping. We have been kind of trying to really elevate our results as well here, just to truly level up as a trader. There's always room for improvement. There's always room to see what we can do better and on how we can crush it. Also during different types of market conditions. We all know that being adaptable is one of the most important layers when it comes down to, you know, understanding the markets in general here. We're going to talk about the results. I'm going to talk about the results of the last couple of months. I'm going to talk about, you know, our current status. We just started the month of September, of course, as well. This is also important for you to understand that, you know, the reality is actually that this is probably going to be somewhat of an introduction month, okay? I mean, you should see it this way. The market in general right now is preparing for a larger move. Okay, we can all agree on that. I think in Q4, we're going to see a large expansion happening in the market. I think this is all preparation. Okay, so this is why September is the best month to get started. And to get back on track here for the new, you could say, trading season, okay? The new trading season. Obviously, if you have been a scalper on the lower time frame, the 1 minute time frame, sure, you can always find a little setup here and there. But when it comes down to the actual market conditions, the larger expansions in the markets, usually we're going to see this in Q4. So right now, ending the last month of Q3 is super important that we are on the same page, so we can actually move and go from there. Euro says the guys are killing it. Thomas is back. Good to see you, my friend. Absolute pleasure here to have you here. Asin, which one of us do you remember from YouTube? And I see so many familiar faces. It's absolutely crazy. It is actually crazy. 100%. Yeah. Today we're trading. We're going to find out. We have a couple hours left to look at the markets, to look at the New York session. The New York session has just opened up here. We're going to find out real quick. We're going to go over a couple layers first, but I have to lead you through a couple things before we can get started. See this kind of as a warm-up. If we trade, we trade. We've already been trading today. Just so you know, we had a pretty decent W already throughout this session. I think we did very well. We did over, let me see here, $2,600, which is on 5 different accounts. So this is roughly speaking over 10K already. Actually need to update it anyways. But we're going to talk about it, okay? We're going to talk about the charts. We're going to talk about the dollar. This is going to have an impact on gold. If you understand how the dollar moves, then you will understand also how gold has been moving as well here. Overall, okay? August, really good month overall. I must say, no complaints whatsoever. We did pretty well. We had some bad days in between here. I had a bad news trade. Super retarded anyways. That shit happens sometimes. August. July was really nice. More losing days overall, but bigger wins than losses. June was good. Couple of losing days in between. But my main objective, and I think this is extremely important for you to understand, my main objective is not to win every single day, okay? Obviously, I want to win every single day, but that's not the objective. Like, the objective is making sure that by the end of the week, I close my week green, right? So I really try to minimize the amount of losing weeks that I have here. So if you look here at July, I had 2 losing weeks. Really bad actually in the last month of July. So that was unfortunate, but overall, over like a couple of months, you can see that we're trying to eliminate losing weeks, okay? Losing days, part of the game, okay? Losing days, completely fine here. I don't even need an 80% win rate, to be honest with you. I don't even need a 70% win rate. I don't need a 60% win rate. I will be very happy, okay, with a 50% win rate, with a 2-to-1 average risk-to-reward ratio. If I can consistently win 50% of my trades with a 2-to-1 risk-to-reward ratio, I will make money over time, month after month, not week after week, but month after month, for sure, right? So that's what we're trying to work on here. So when we're on the streams, that is gonna be the thought process as well here. So if you are committed and you want to join me along the way, and you want to join me along the journey, and you want to trade with me live, and execute trades with me, and you want to learn from what I'm doing, and you want to learn from the community, then you have to put it in perspective. Your consistency should be there also when showing up on the streams as well here, okay? We're going to have wins, we're going to have losses, but it's about the bigger picture. Do you guys get it? Let me know. Press a 1 in the chat if you get it. Then we can go over the charts and let's talk dollar. Man, it's actually crazy. Think about it, by the way. Good vibes again. Yes. G10 says, I've gotten around a 75% win rate with an average 1 to 1.5. That's perfectly measured, my friend. Good job, G10. Sorry, man. G10 round. G10 round. Okay. So, what has changed? What has changed over the last year? Well, a lot of things have changed, to be really honest with you. Trading has improved also dramatically over time. It should be after a year. But the reason why we wrote this book right here, guys, is to give you everything you need, okay? This book right here, I'm going to show you it one by one. We're going to just have we're going to have a reading session now. I'm not going to do that to you. You can do that yourself here. But this is 300 pages, okay? This is all the information. This is all the details, all the trading scenarios. This book is free. You can download it right now. And we'll talk and use everything that's in this book right there. Everything that's in this book right here is going to be something that we are going to implement on the YouTube live streams, okay? Everything in this book right here is going to be utilized for the YouTube live streams. Who the fuck has done that? Let's be honest with you. Right? This is why you need this thing downloaded right here. Links in the chat. I want you to do it. I'm not going to promote it too much overall over time. It's for you guys right now to get all on the same page so we can get started. Okay? That's the big deal right there. completely for free, so there's nothing to lose anyways. Okay? Nothing to lose anyways. Anyways, when opening the book, the first thing that I want you to do here, the first thing that I want you to do is to go to this page right there on page number 24. Okay? This is how we get started, and this is how we move forward, okay? Page number 24. And the reason why this is so important is because this will explain everything in depth. Oh, second. Page number 24, right there. And it will show you our exact step by step framework right here. Okay? The absolute framework of frameworks. Now, sometimes we need, number one, the macro fundamentals. Right now, we're kind of in between an extreme zone. So we tend to go more and look at the macro technicals, the higher time frame. The higher time frame is absolutely important. Super important for you to understand exact things that we're doing higher time. What I discovered over time as a trader right now is that the difference between the higher and the lower time frame is significant. You guys obviously know that here. And there are a lot of guys extremely good at trading the higher time frame. And then there are guys really good at trading the lower time frame. But what guys usually have a really hard time with is going top down, going from the higher to the lower time frame and using the right methodologies for that. Okay? So what I'm going to show you is how to understand higher time frame and how we execute on the lower time frame. So most of the trades that we are going to execute on stream are going to be done in the lower time frames, right? You could say on average, you could say the 15-minute time frame, let's say, right? Roughly, that's usually my sweet spot. The 50-minute is usually where I execute my trades. So the higher time frame is extremely important. I could not trade without the higher time frame. It's extremely relevant. So what do we use in the higher time frame? I think this is a very important question to ask. The first thing that we look at is supply and demand, basic supply and demand. And the reason why this matters is because what I realized over time is that over a larger scale, we're talking the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, the 12-hour time frame, 8-hour time frame. This is what I call the higher time frame supply and demand. And the reason why I'm looking at this is because we understood that over the larger time frame, the higher time frame, there is a larger accumulation or distribution taking place, right? A larger accumulation or distribution tends to take place on the higher time frame, okay? Now, this is why we utilize supply and demand at the higher time frame. Now, this is not where I execute usually my setups here. Very rare, okay? Where I execute my setups is on the lower time frame. But on the lower time frame, I don't like to use volume. I don't like to use supply and demand. I don't like to look at order blocks. I don't like to look at for value gaps or what else do we have? Order blocks for value gaps, all that stuff, right? We're using volume. We're using volume analysis to our trading. We draw certain levels in the market that tend to repeat themselves, and they kind of act as supporting resistance, but actually not really, okay? These are real orders executed in the marketplace that we measure, that we track, and build around that. We'll get into our positioning here. So I'm going to lead you through a step-by-step process of how we execute a setup here, from the macro to the macro technicals, to the intraday trend, to the micro technicals, to trade management. And then from here, we are going to get towards the optimization of our strategy towards long-term profitability. Okay? That's what we're working on. That's what we're going to do. So we start and kick it off first, and I'm going to show you to a couple of trading examples, and then we're going to go real time into a couple of layers here to see what we can do there. We're going to look at the dollar. We're going to look at gold. But right now, we're going to look at some currencies as well here. This is also another layer that we have been trading multiple different pairs, multiple different assets. We're going to get back to it and explain exactly why and what the reasoning is behind that term. Anyways, let's get back to work. Let's talk about what we are looking for here and see what we can do overall. Okay. Right now, at the moment, let me quickly check it out here. We have one trade example that I can actually show you right now that we just took today here. Okay, and that is a trade on the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar here. We trade gold, we trade oil, we trade the New Zealand dollar. You will understand why I trade multiple different assets, by the way, but you will see why this is so important to me personally. Okay, we're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over that in a second here. But anyways, a New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. Okay, the number one chart that we look at by default is what we call the dollar index. The dollar index. Obviously, many guys, if you guys know the dollar index, let me know if you know the dollar index. If you use the dollar index, press a 1 if you do. Press a 2 if you don't use the dollar index to your analysis. Also, when you trade gold. Let's see. Rafal 1. Heard of it. Lucifer, Kick Insider, Christian Wardy, Thomas, Bonanza, yeah, Sultan, okay. Yassine. Perfect. Okay. So for example, when you look at gold here and you look at the dollar, the first thing on the dollar, which is just super important here, is to really keep a close eye on what we call supply and demand. The reason why this is so important for us is because it works. It fucking works, man. There's nothing that we can say or do. It just works, okay? Now, we don't use it to execute our trades or whatever, but it is something that we will use to kind of give us a guideline, okay? It doesn't always matter if the dollar goes up and gold has to come down, but that also will tell you something, okay? If gold, for example, if gold comes down, but it actually comes up. Let's say the dollar comes up and gold comes down here. So the dollar comes up and gold drops, okay? Now, if the dollar comes up aggressively, but gold just comes down, let's say, a little bit, then is this strong or is this weak for gold? That's the question. Well, the answer to that is that it's strong for gold, right? Gold is strong. If the dollar comes up aggressively and gold doesn't really come down that much, and that is considered strong, all right? So the only thing that we have to look for is we have to wait for the dollar to reach a key area of resistance or a key level or a supply zone or whatever the case may be in this case, okay? Because if that's the case, then there is a big chance that gold will actually start pushing up more aggressively, okay? So today was a good example. When looking at the dollar, we look at the dollar first and then we go to our trade setup. And then we're going to talk about right now at the moment. And we're going to go from there. But if you look at the dollar, let's see, where is it? There we go. So if you look at the dollar, right, this is the 8-hour time frame. It is something that I talked about in my Telegram group over and over again. Yesterday, I said, pay attention to this 8-hour demand zone for the dollar. If we hold here, a lot of currencies will start coming down, right? One more than others. So we select different types of currencies in order to short it. But we're not gonna, and this is super important, we are not gonna short gold, no matter what here, okay? We are not gonna short gold no matter what. We are gonna make sure that we're only gonna long gold. And the only way to long gold is when the dollar reaches a major area of resistance. That's the only way to look for longs for gold. We're not gonna short gold. Gold is just holding up way too strong when the dollar is pushing, okay? So how do we do that? Dollar reacted from that demand zone. Lower time frame. Okay. Range. demand, break above that range, the fixed range volume profile here. I think all you OGs that are with me or already knew me from the streams beforehand, you guys know I use the volume profile a lot. You can see today what exactly has happened here. So 8-hour demand here, okay? 8-hour demand, price tapped into 8-hour demand. Then every single time when we tap into the 8-hour demand, what are we looking at on the dollar? We look at a range that was created before that 8-hour demand. This was this range, okay? How do we validate that range? Well, we draw the volume profile right here. We can do it again for you. We draw the volume profile right here. We have our POC. This is the area where within this range, the most trades were executed, the most volume was traded. For people to think that for people who say that this is difficult, it's the easiest thing in the world. We just have to get it, all right? You just have to get it. Very simple. You just draw the POC here, and you draw the value area highs and lows. Everything is in the book, so everything is explained right there, okay? Well, the moment we tap into that, you can see that we're getting rejected here. So this is the first sign. This range is legit. These levels are legitimate. So what happened? Dollar broke above it. It pulled back into what we call the fixed value area high. And price came up. Why did it came up? Well, it broke above that range. It broke structure pretty much. Very simple terms. Just broke structure, okay? But we perfectly pulled back into that exact level right at the fixed value area high, okay? It's not a secret hidden strategy. Just a little bit of magic, okay? Price pulls back into the fixed value high. Why? Significant amount of more volume traded. Interest of traders is significantly higher at that level here. The reasoning the price broke above it signifies that buyers are in control. Price pulls back. That is a short confirmation on currency. So what happened today? Price broke structure. Price broke down. Now look at the New Zealand dollar. Daily time frame. Right there. Daily time frame right there. Price tapped into supply. Okay. Daily supply zone. Right around there. Price rejected from daily supply yesterday. Okay. Today, price broke structure. Right there. But we're not going to execute here. I'm not going to take a trade from here. I'm not going to put my stop loss there on the daily time frame. I like to keep my trades closed. I like to close my trades by the end of day. You know, I like to just simply be more active with my trading overall here. And just get in, get out of the market, right? That's what we're looking for. So what happens if you look here at the dollar, right there, dollar bounced, dollar reacted from that fixed value high level. New Zealand dollar against US dollar did the exact same thing. But this is the LTA Concepts, okay? We understand the weekly cycle. Weekly cycle, price tapped into daily supply. Super simple, supply and demand on the higher time frame. Super easy. We broke below a range. We draw the volume profile of that range. Price pulls back into a level right as when the dollar aligns. And that's an easy 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio right there. That is the trade of the day. It's actually the most simple strategy out there if you get it. A lot of people are extremely, they think they tend to overcomplicate a lot of it, but it's actually just very, very simple. It's understanding relative strength. It's understanding the dollar. The dollar is the world reserve currency. If you understand how the dollar moves, you understand how other currencies and commodities move against the dollar. So by default, it's important for you to understand how the dollar moves, why the dollar moves, and when the dollar moves. And if you understand that, then you can time entries absolutely perfectly. And this is the reason why, you know, we take trades on this. Now, let's go to last month. This is a gold setup right here. And we're going to do these setups over and over again. So this is the main reason why I'm showing this to you guys here, because I want you to show these setups. So once we're seeing it in the market, we can actually execute on those, right? That's the main reason why. So anyways, this was a gold setup right here. Let's actually go to the 5-minute time frame. Let's go to the 50-minute. Right there. Okay. Again, range. Price broke out of this range right here. Expansion, okay? This is what we call the C, the expansion, the retracement. If we draw fixed range volume profile of that range, the range breaks out, we draw the fixed range volume profile, we tap into what we call the fixed value area high. That is right there. And this is, by the way, all in the book, guys, just so you understand. Everything that I'm explaining here is something that you can just easily look at, easily learn. It's all in the book. We talk about this all the time right here. Okay, but this is something that you can look at as well here. Let me actually look it up for you. There are two different patterns in the market that always tend to happen. And if we're going to trade live, then these patterns are patterns that I'm going to trade a lot. Okay, it's going to be upfront. That is exactly what I'm going to be looking at right here. It is a consolidation period, expansion and retracement, or continuation. Or it's the consolidation, the manipulation, or the expansion. All right, it's going to be one of those setups. Now, right here, you can see that gold is tapping into one of these levels right here. It pulled back, reaches the fixed value high, and then pulled back perfectly, tapped into that level, and then came up higher. Okay, so that is something that we're looking for all the time. Entry there, top loss below the lows, and we target a 2-to-1. That's it. That's the only thing that we need. A 2-to-1 risk reward ratio is pretty much all we need in order for us to move forward here. Okay, price pulls back, continues. Now this was at the 28th of August. If you go back to the dollar at the 28th of August, then where were we at the 28th of August? Dollar was getting rejected from supply. All right, so dollar was weak, got rejected here. Price broke down. We were looking downwards. We were trending downwards on the lower time frame on the intraday. So that means that gold was pushing upwards, broke out of the range, pulls back, and it looks for the continuation. Okay, so this is what we have been doing with all our guys in our group, all the guys that are currently live on our channel right here. Let's go over it. They have been absolutely killing it right here, actually in a trade right now at this current moment. Right there, this is Andre. He has been streaming with us. He's been with us for the whole year, trading with us. We're looking at these exact setups here. Now it's time to trade and execute live. For everyone who is new here, just understand we have been doing this for a while here. Who was actually here before? Like a year ago. Let me actually know. Who was actually here a year ago? Or 2 years ago? Or 3 years ago? That's amazing. My guys, amazing. Okay, so these are setups we're gonna look for over and over and over again, guys. That's it. There's nothing else there. That's what we're gonna do. And what we need to know right now is where is the dollar at, and how can we utilize this to start looking for potential trading scenarios, potential trading setups, and everything here. Dollar right now is pushing up. Okay, if the dollar is pushing up, what's going to happen? Gold most likely is going to push down, or trying to push down here as much as possible. Okay, that's probably what's going to happen. However, the thing about gold right now is that the amount of and this is super important for gold right now. This brings me to gold. We're going to go over some currencies as well. But if you look at gold right now, obviously, monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily just broke out, bullish, hourly, super strong. Why is this strong? Well, the reason why this is strong is if you look at the dollar right now, okay, and you start seeing what the dollar is doing. This is the bottom of the dollar right here, okay? Look at how strong the dollar has been coming up right here. Gold doesn't care, okay? I'm gonna clean it up here. Gold doesn't care. Look at that. And look at the dollar pushing up here. Gold has been pushing down, so it doesn't really care, okay? The moment the dollar starts pushing into resistance, it starts potentially getting rejected at some sort of level. That is the moment you're gonna see gold fly. That's it. If the dollar starts getting rejected and it turns around, gold starts flying. If gold doesn't come down, when the dollar is pushing up this aggressively, the only thing you need to wait for is the dollar chilling. The dollar getting into resistance, getting rejected, or anything in that manner. That's the only thing you have to look for, okay? If you do that and you're patient enough to wait for setups like these, then it's gonna be an all-time high for gold. We're gonna see breakthrough moment. We're gonna see gold breaking the highs. We're gonna see gold reaching 3,500 higher, etc. from there, just because the fact that gold doesn't care about dollar strength right now at this current moment, and that is a very, 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 very bullish signal. Okay, now compare compare this gold chart right now to what we traded today. Do you see the weakness on the New Zealand dollar? Do you see the strength on the dollar? Do you see how that is synchronized? How that's equal? How that's considered like fair? Why this setup was a fair setup because of that? Okay. Well, do you see how strong gold is holding up for that particular reason? I'd say that is bullish. That is something that we're looking for. So the only way to act upon gold here is to wait for price to pull back into resistance on the dollar and for price to retrace. Either gold comes down, it pushes back towards this range, we start looking for the continuation play from there, or on the lower time frame right here, gold starts breaking higher, pushing into this range, pulls back and looks for the continuation play. That's it. So that is a setup that I would be taking any day of the week. Why? Because this will be my C, this will be my M, and this will be my E, my consolidation, the manipulation, the expansion, while the dollar will reach 12-hour supply. If the dollar reaches 12-hour supply, gold breaks either down or re-breaks the highs, or it pulls back into this range, we're gonna look for long setups. The only thing I'm not looking for right now is gold shorts. There's no way I can short gold at the top right there. Daily highs, daily breakout, strong against the dollar. There is just no chance we can actually hold up here and take that with us, okay? So the only way for me is up for gold. That's it. If gold breaks above that range, amazing. We have our C, we have our M, and we have our E. That's exactly what we have been talking about here. The consolidation there. The manipulation doesn't always have to be in a level, by the way. Then the expansion. The retest of this level is our entry. Our stop goes around there. Our take profit is a 2-to-1 if it's legitimate. Well, in all-time high, it's easy to reach a 2-to-1 anyways. That is going to be the trading setup right there on gold here. Does it make sense, G's? Let me know in the chat. Well, that makes sense to you guys here. We're going to go over it a lot. You have to probably see it happening in real time. I mean, we have been doing with our community now over and over again. But this is for us extremely important. Okay? So most importantly right now, dollar. Dollar being in resistance. is what we're looking for. Gold is holding up extremely well, even holding up in this range right now at the moment here. You can already see how it is actually holding at this area of support here. You can actually already see it now that gold is holding up in this range. We see that breakout, we see the pullback, and there is a chance that this is just going to be the continuation. Okay, this is what we call the CERC pattern. Okay, this is what we're looking at. Consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation. So sometimes you're gonna have both. You're gonna have a CERC right here, but also a CME at the same time here. Now, at this current moment, the confirmation entry will be right there. Gold needs to break above this particular range first. Will become really high probability. So it will become really relevant for me to look at a setup is when gold breaks above that the initial range, turns that range into support, and then continues to go higher. Okay? Right there. Why is it that we have to wait for that breakout, or at least why would I wait for that breakout myself? The only reason why is because of the fact that the dollar is still holding up very well. Dollar is very strong. Okay. Now, obviously, we cannot now continue to short the New Zealand dollar, right? It's already overstretched. You cannot short, let's say, the pound against US dollar. It's already oversold. You cannot really sell right now the euro, right? The euro is just not looking, it's looking extremely weak already. So we're not going to try here to short now the bottom, because of the fact that the dollar has been pushing up already. So the only way for us now is actually to just look at gold and wait for the dollar to reach that area of resistance. And if dollar reaches that area of resistance, there's a big chance that gold's gonna go. And gold is just chilling and waiting right now for that move to happen here. Okay, so we are gonna tap right now with the dollar. We're gonna tap into that 8-hour supply right around here. And we're going to react from this thing very, very soon. And then we're going to find out here. Okay? Because what's going to happen is this. Dollar right now is an 8-hour supply. It's going to be sick. This is going to be sick. Dollar right now is in an 8-hour supply. If the dollar breaks below that range internally, turns that into resistance. This is on the 10-minute time frame, right? On the lower time frame. If price gets rejected here, this is our buying opportunity for gold. Most likely when this happens on the dollar, gold is going to break out to the upside, and gold is going to go, and it's going to break and take out these internal highs. It's going to break structure. It's going to continue to drive up higher. That's it. That's the only way I would look at, the only way I would execute a trade on gold here. Now there is one more layer, and I think this is extremely important to tell you guys right now, and that is the following. I'm not a magician, okay? I'm not here to predict the market. I'm not here to tell you gold is going to go up. It's going to go make a U-turn. It's going to go up 200 pips. It's going to come down. It's going to continue higher. It's going to go lower. It's going to go higher. That's not the way we do here. Okay? I've been talking about this all the time. I'm not here to predict the outcome. But what we're here for is to just understand that there are certain windows of opportunity in the market. And if we can get towards that opportunity and we have the confirmation we need, then we execute. So we don't have to predict the outcome. So anyone who's going to tell me in the chat, Lorenzo, you said gold would go up or gold would go down. That's just not the way it is, yeah. That's not the way it is. That's not how we do it here. Okay? We're not here to predict. I have no idea what's going to happen in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I have no idea what all these algos are doing. I have no clue. But what I do know is that when I see a breakout, I see a breakout. When I see a breakdown, I see a breakdown. I know exactly when to enter. I know exactly when to execute a position and how to manage my trade accordingly. And guess what? I don't even have to win every single trade, okay? I simply don't have to win every single trade. I can lose, I can win 50% of those trades and still be profitable over time here. So any guru who tells you you have to just keep it extremely simple, I agree in some ways. You have to keep it simple, but you have to understand perspective, and you need to stop predicting the outcome. Like, you need to stop trying to have an answer to everything and to think that you know exactly what's going to happen in the market, because people talk to you like they know exactly what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, and an hour. But that shit really fucked me up as a trader. Honestly, that shit fucked me up. That mindset, when I started out, fucked me up. So I'm going to do that. We're not going to do that on this stream. Okay, guys, we're not going to do that on this stream. We're going to really make sure that, you know, we stick to our brains. We have a good risk reward management system. We win 50% of the time or 60% of the time. We're going to be making money. Okay. And that is all that matters over time here. That we want to be making money here. 55% win rate with a 1-to-8-3 risk to reward ratio. Okay. Roughly speaking, almost a 2-to-1. That's all I need. That's all I need. There's nothing else that I need there in order for me to make money over time here. So we're not going to try here to win every single trade. We cannot. We're not going to try here to be right all the time. We cannot. The only thing that we can do is to not get emotional. All right. Not turn into a little sissy and actually start making some money by understanding the bigger. That's it. That's what we're going to do. Kennedy says it's a logic sequence. If this, then this has an edge percentage of success given the experience and data. Exactly right, my friend. Exactly right. That sounds like a plan to me. Yes, sir. Ivy says, is the hard copy available for purchase? No, right now, at the moment, we don't have any hard copies. I just printed it out for myself. But there are people in our group that decided to print this thing themselves and just buy it themselves if you want to. But it's free. Do what you want to do with it. It's an ebook. You can do exactly what you're going to do with this. Okay? That's it. Yeah, man, some real G's here. I know there are many guys, they come here and boom, we execute a position and they make some money and they're happy. Then we lose a position and then they're sad. The reality is, we're going to win, we're going to lose. You have to zoom out, you have to look at the bigger picture, and you have to really nail down risk to reward. Okay? Yeah, the hard copy is coming though. If you do, okay, if you do want to have a hard copy, it's coming. All right, it's coming. If you want to have a hard copy, you can. Some of you guys just want to have a hard copy. You want to read a real physical book and go through it. I recommend to indeed look at it from that perspective. You can, but it's completely up to you. It's completely up to you. Thomas says, can't wait to understand the CUT and how to properly set it up. Yeah, well, this is a whole other topic we're going to talk about later on. And that is to understand the macro fundamentals. Some fundamental insights are going to be really helpful over time to get you on track. We're going to definitely go over it over time for sure. Have to. Jasmine says, who cares about the fair value gap? We're here to trade the volume profile. Bro, 100%. The thing about the volume profile is, the last thing that I like to do is to figure out and look at the chart every single day and to figure out which gap I need to look at. Which order block is going to be the right order block, or whatever is going to be the right thing for me to execute a position here. I have a range. I draw my fixed range volume profile. I see a red line. That's the point of control. That's where the most volume has been traded. That's where price responds from. Why? Most orders were executed right at 3477.234. That's a fact. That's why I'm only interested to trade from these levels. Facts. So obviously, there is a chance, and this is something that you guys have to understand, there is a chance that September will be a little bit of a slower month still. But what we're gonna have here, we're gonna have some news in like, I think very, very soon we're gonna have some news. But what we're gonna talk about and what's gonna come this week, obviously you guys are already aware of it. We have the NFP, and next week we have the CPI, and I think the week after we have already like the FOMC, if I'm correct. So anyways, that's where everyone is waiting for, all right? The FOMC is where everyone is waiting for. The reason why is because if they're gonna cut interest rates, then this is gonna have a major impact on how gold is gonna move, regardless. So the stock market, the indices, the NASDAQ, the S&P, the dollar, they're all anticipating a rate cut right now at the moment here. This is getting priced in, right? So once we see the outcome, we understand exactly what that will be. I think this is when the market really starts picking up, the volume starts coming back here. And also, you know, the market is just in general getting more volume as well here. Yeah, that's going to be interesting here. Now, a couple other things that I've been looking at this week is oil. Okay, oil right now is actually holding up really well. It's actually at a crucial level right now at this current moment, which is the previous weekly oil high. I know a lot of you guys trade gold, but I just also know that the opportunities are everywhere. Right? And if you understand where to trade and what to look for, and if you simply look at the exact same type of setup, then you can find it on multiple different assets. And I don't see a reason to just only wait for one instrument and to not trade other assets. But that's just my personal opinion. Some people say, yeah, just focus on one instrument. It's easier to learn. And I agree. Maybe in the short term, you know? Dario says, would you have taken a sell on the Euro USD from daily POC here? So there is one thing that we look at all the time, and that is that we don't really look at the higher time frame volume levels too much. It can definitely work. I've seen it work. Why wouldn't it not work on the higher time frame as well? If it works on the lower time frame, it makes a lot of sense. But for us, supply and demand is king on the higher time frame. And it's something that many of you guys already know. It's something that works. It's proven to work. So that's what we're doing. Okay. Now on the lower time frame, we use volume analysis only. So the combination of both is where the magic is. Okay. It's macro, higher time frame, accumulation distribution. It's lower time frame volume. Okay. The auction market, the marketplace, buyers versus sellers, aggressive buyers versus passive sellers, passive buyers versus aggressive sellers, etc., right here. So the combination of both is, in my opinion, where the magic is at. Amaral says macro is a supermarket. Fair enough. All right, let's see if the dollar can break down here. Dollar right now is breaking. All right, dollar is doing its job. Good start. Let's see if it can break below this range right here and see what happens from there. Let me actually read. And let's see what happens during the news. We have to also see what the news will do, by the way. Not sure if you guys are ready for the news. But part of the game. Oliver says, nice to have you back. Thank you, my friend. It's an absolute pleasure to host you. Good to have you back. Good to have you back too, man. What's going to be your live schedule? My live schedule is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Super easy for me. Monday, I open the week. I go to the beach. I go to the gym. Go to the boxing. Do all my things. Do my weekly analysis with my group. And then Tuesday, go live. Wednesday, potentially go live. Thursday, potentially go live. Depending on the market. And then Friday, weekly closure with the group. Well, perfect combination. Will you be live for NFP? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think so. But in general, like unfortunately, guys, I'm not sure if you guys are gonna like it, but I like it. I'm not gonna trade news. I'm not gonna trade the NFP. It's been fun. I had like a side budget for like NFP, you know, FOMC, whatever the case may be, just for the fuck of it. Okay, but the reality is that I don't need to trade the NFP. It just doesn't work over time for me. Maybe the anticipation of the NFP, yes. Okay, so NFP comes out, price breaks out, pulls back or rejects, whatever, reverses. Sure, opportunities are there. But right at the spot, right before, no, not anymore, not anymore. Confirmations though, yes, for sure. Why not? Do you trade prop firm account? Personal. I trade prop firm. We have 450k accounts, one combine at the moment, and a personal account. Let's actually listen to what the guys are doing here. Yo, what up, G's?
Hello, hello. Hello, you too.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going? What are you guys are looking at right now?
Who wants to speak first?
All right.
Yeah, we're currently looking at took an entry. I knew. I like the volume. I like what's happened with the dollar. Initially, that push of the fix area, running a high, or the area high. and the rejection and the push, and then we had a build up around the fixed POC previous week, rejection coming to the 15-minute, quite clear rejections on the candles, and then to the push down. Due to the news though coming up, due to the news, I put in a 1 RR rule, which the others will see in the book. So it's now break even. So yeah, bro.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you've been taking, you took a sick oil trade, I believe, today, right?
Yeah, man, here we go. Did indeed, yes. Just showing my funded account that I took it on, a personal account. Yeah, man. Again, they'll see the guys will start to see in time. We're reacting from daily demand.
Nice.
Which I see in the page for 147 onwards. And then if I zoom in, we had a nice intra-daily build up. We're pushing, we're respecting these levels. And then took a level off a previous week, which I liked around here. And a previous week beyond that, up here. Like these key levels, bro, absolute fire.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, yeah, man. And then zoomed in. I like what I saw in the 15-minute. The push to hold, and then went for EM4, page 60 for you guys.
Page 60. Page 60. Okay. Yeah, let's actually show that page 60. Indeed. Let's go over it. Yeah, nice.
So I was gonna have. I'm only sharing that screen, I'm afraid. So yeah, please bring up, Jay.
Where's it set up right here? Was it page 60? No. Execution. Page number 61. Yeah, you're right. Page number 61. Right there.
Oh, 61.
EM4. Yeah, super nice, my friend. Really, really good.
I'll flip it around the other way. We'll see it. I'll invert my chart.
Yeah.
Holding that level quite fine. Yeah, man. Comes with volume. I like what the dollar was doing. Not so much correlated, but I like what it was doing. Yeah. And I've become more correlated. But look at that. Look at the touch point. Your Sunday open.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Like you're saying earlier, guys, it's just too clean. These levels are so sharp. This is the indicator, guys. It comes up. Okay. And then I took that level there. I like the rejection. The hold from around here as well. And yeah, bro. So where are we at now? An E-cap. Yeah, E-cap very well.
You took the perfect 2-to-1 restored ratio. How much did this help you in general? Like just applying a 2-to-1 on average?
Yes. Yeah, 2-to-1. Never more, never less. Yeah, risk averse. So if it's in page, I believe, the calculated side is page 207. If you check out that. I did just take I took an initial NU one. I didn't set my stop loss. I was on the minute chart. Should have set it on the hour chart, and then I went in again, done it correctly, and then I moved it to break even. So it's just tapped it now because, like I said, the news coming up, so safeguarded that. But yeah, the calculation of the risk, 207, I believe, that's right, Lorenzo. Yeah, bro, means don't have to win as much. Don't have to try and seek the 80, 90, 99%. Go for something realistic. And yeah, bro, I started this account 2 weeks ago, 50,000. I'm up close to 3%. I'm only risking about 0.5, 0.3. But yeah, bro, as it starts to climb, I'll go into the 1%, and just take out slowly and surely.
Oh, sorry. I think I was streaming for around 3 years straight. Sheldon, 400 streams. After that, I decided, you know what? I need to step back for a second here. I need to zoom out. I need to help all the guys that are in my group. Because I was streaming, right? I just realized I need to help these guys. I need to get them. I level up them. I get a core of guys that are killing it. Proven track records, profitable. And then from there on, get back to the stream. Might been the best decision ever made. Kyrie, my friend. Good to see you, my bro. Good to see you. So obviously, I think we're waiting for news, to be honest. That's what's going to happen right now. Look at the dollar. Look at the dollar is getting rejected, which is great. Gold holding above the POC level. Lorenzo, have you been watching any other streamers over the last year? To be really honest with you, I feel, this is just my opinion, right? I feel that the industry has changed a little bit, don't you think? Or is it just me? Did I just got completely out of my zone? And I just lost complete track of what's happening here. But I think a lot of guys in generally speaking, just move to futures, only trade the ES and the NASDAQ right now. I think that's literally what I've been seeing. At least a lot of other streamers, I don't know. Yeah, pretty much that, right? NQ, ES. I don't know. That's what I've seen. I haven't really paid attention to a lot of Forex. A lot of guys that have been trading Forex here. Obviously, I trade futures too, right? But I still look at like the Forex charts. I still look at like the CFD charts all the time. You know, I trade CFDs as well separately, still private. So there are a lot of layers to that, personally for me. Haven't really changed. Yeah, that's just that's indeed the case here. So yeah, I don't think that I've been really catching up with a lot of things that have been happening here. But what I did realize that a couple streamers are either moved over to the NQ, or they just you know, are not there anymore. Yeah, I realized at some point I have to come back here, and then I have to start just sharing and going through the book and really go hand in hand here. And the only way for you to learn is to really see it, number one, in live action is the best way to learn for sure. We all know that. But it's much more than signals, you know. It's much more than signals. You're gonna get guys come here, but buy or sell. But they're gonna be guys too. They're gonna be here and they're gonna like, yeah, I want to trade live. I want to take trades with you live, sure. But I also want to learn from that. I also want to see how I can become independent. Yeah, how I can become an independent G instead of a dependent G. It's not gonna work out really well, right? That's why we need to have somewhat of a common ground there. Okay, go over how to use the volume profile. I have LTA Concepts, but I'm still confused how to choose a range. Well, that's a good point. Well, look on gold, for example, right? This is an example on gold. I'm gonna go over a couple other charts. Doesn't matter. You can give me any chart, anything you want. You can give me any chart, anything you want me to look at. I can show you the volume profile. I can show you how setups plays out and how you can execute based upon that. Gold, these were the trades that I took last week, right? I just talked about these exact setups here. Range, breakout, price pulls back, continues up higher. Here, range. You mark out this range right there. You mark out this range right there. Price reacts. Holds above the POC here. And this is your C, this is your M, this is your E. You mark out this range right here. And this is your entry. Okay? Target the highs. Stop loss goes below. Somewhere below that range here. Doesn't always have to be below. Right? Can also just be in the middle or something. Then right there, you have this range. Consolidation. Expansion retracement. Boom. What do you tap into? Fixed POC. Look at that. Just look at that. Price reacts. Boom. Price breaks out. Continues up higher. Closes the day on the all-time high. Or on a daily high. Takes out previous daily high. Done. Right there. So this is one trade. This is one trade. Super clean. Stop loss right below that. Breakout. Then look at this. Right, look at this smaller range. See the smaller range? What happens here? The C, the M, the E. The C, M, E. Do you see it? Consolidation, manipulation, expansion. When do you take the trade? When you pull back into a key level. What is that level? Fixed fair high. That level. Right there. Boom. Entry there. You can wait for a confirmation if you want. Stops below. What do you target? A 2-to-1. Right there. If it's possible. If the higher time frame allows you to do that. All right. So these are 3 trades last week. This is one on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, and then here on a Thursday. Okay? Range, break, retest. Boom. Continuation. Right there. They have another thing that's called the previous daily levels. I'm not going to go too deep into that right now. But this is something that you're going to see a lot, where you look at particular trading days, etc. It's a whole other level. But you can use this over and over again. And yeah, sometimes you break out and price does not return. That's just the reality. Price just goes. Okay? That's fine. Doesn't always have to be the case here. Okay? But imagine this. You risk 1% of trade. You get a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. You win 3 trades. That's 6% right there in your pocket. 1 week. Okay? 1 week. That's it. Now we're here, right? Now we're here. So this is where we are now. So we have a range. Okay. We're kind of staggering right now, right? We're waiting. Now, what do we see? We see that rejection actually happening here. It's a bit different, but look at that. Where do we get rejected from? Bro. I would not personally take that short. I will tell you later why, personally. But just to see how this range works, how price pulls back, it taps exactly on the dot into that exact level. The price rejects in this case. So what is a trade that I would take? I would use this range as my tool of leverage. And I would say, if price breaks out of this range, then I will pull back and continue higher. And this is something that I talk about all the time in our free Telegram group, all the time. This is something that I've been doing over and over again here, where I talk about my setups here. I share these setups.
What's happening, fam?
scenarios. And I talk about all these different layers all the time. And when it comes down to gold, when it comes down to the currencies, the most important thing is that these ranges are absolutely king. If you understand ranges, you understand breakouts, either two things are going to happen. Okay? It's just a reality. Either a range is going to get created. At some point, you have to break out of the range. That's it. You're going to either break up or you're going to break down. Okay? And there are two things that are going to happen when you break up or you break down. Either you're going to break up, you're going to pull back into the range, and you're going to look for the continuation. That's exactly what you see right here. Okay? That's exactly what you see right there. Right there. Perfect. Range, breakout, retest, continuation. Okay? So that's one thing that can happen. Now, another thing that can happen, okay, is the range, the breakout, and then the breakdown. Right? We call that the manipulation of the breakout. How do you trade that? You wait for the pullback, you look for the continuation. Or range, breakdown, range, breakdown, reaction, pullback, boom, continuation. What is that example? That is this example we just talked about right here. This example right here. Range, breakdown, breakout, retest, fixed very low high, no guessing, continuation. That aligns with the trend, that aligns with the macros, aligns with everything. That's your entry, right? The entry there, stops below, target, at least a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio right there. Okay, now the question is, you're gonna probably ask yourself right now, okay, but how do I know if it's gonna be a breakout retest, or how do I know it's gonna be a breakout manipulation? Breakout, manipulation, break, retest, entry, for example. Right? Because if price breaks down and it breaks then again, yeah, and you would take a short here because you expect it to go lower, you're gonna get stopped out. This is where the correlation comes into play, all right? This is why you need to understand the dollar. If you understand how the dollar moves, you can by default see already beforehand if it's gonna be, okay, a CERC, consolidation capacity retracement, or a CME. That's it. Two patterns that happen over and over and over again. You need to understand what you need to look for before the breakout, before that's going to happen. Okay? That's what you need to understand. That's what we talk about all the time in our Telegram, for example, is that we have these two patterns. Things like that happen. We look at what the dollar is doing. Based around the dollar, we know what to look for. Okay? That's it. Are we going to look for a manipulation? Boom, entry here, stop loss there, exit there. Or are we going to look for a breakout right there? That's just to sum it up, right? That's just like the simple explanation. Give you guys the understanding, okay, that's exactly what we're doing here, how we're doing it, okay? And let me know if this makes sense, guys, by the way. Or if I'm just talking to myself right now. Let me know in the chat, please, if something like this makes sense. Because these patterns, we're going to trade these patterns over and over. And over again, like for real. Does this work on a Euro USD? Bro, it works on any chart. It works on anything. Okay? It works on stocks. Let's go to the Euro USD. Let's check it out just for checking. Range. You see that? Range, manipulation, breakout. Above the range, breaks to half the range, retest right here. Taps into that level here. Entry. Stop loss below. That's an entry model 1 play. Right there. 2-to-1, you're done. Okay? This is very simple, just a simple explanation. because you can look at all kinds of other things. You can look at the dollar, you can look at the macro. You understand already by default if you should look at shorts or longs beforehand. These are already things that you need to know before. Okay, same thing here. Range, breakdown, expansion, range, breakout. Where do we tap into? Fix or high, entry, stop loss, below the POC, 2 to 1 at least. Boom, done. I like to look at the 15-minute. Some people like to look at the 5-minute. All right, it's really up to them to decide. I mean, I personally like to do it on the 50-minute. Usually you see the same thing on the 50-minute as on the 5-minute. So it all pretty much depends. You're gonna find these things happening over and over again. And you will see how to use it properly. You really start to master it. Now on gold, it's really good. Currencies, it can work very well. Commodities, it can work. Indices, it can work. This doesn't matter. It's the same process that happens over and over again. But the key core concept is that you really understand the higher time frame. And that you understand supply and demand on the higher time frame. Because if you combine that with the supply and demand here, that's where the magic happens. Where the magic happens. Okay, I think we're not that far away. How far are we? 25 minutes left for the news here. Let's see what we can do. Sharon says, sir, I'm long on gold from POC, level from London, but I have one question where to put the stop loss, because I put my stop loss below the range. My take profit was 1 to 2. Yeah, you can put it below the range, or you can just put it below the POC. Or below the very low. If you take a trade at the POC, very low. So this brings me back to gold right now, okay? And I'm not gonna trade gold every single day, to be honest, but it's just today that it just makes sense to look at gold. And that is because of this range right now. You see that rejection? You have that range, you have that rejection here. Price steps into it, okay? Now, what do you want to see? You want to see gold breaking above this level. If gold breaks above this level, let me know in the chat, guys. What do you see? What kind of setups do you see here? We just talked about it. That's it. C, M, break, retest, entry. Done. And if gold goes, gold goes. Gold's gonna fly. If gold flies, gold flies. All right, you guys know that already. If the dollar breaks down, the dollar gets rejected, and the news has been passed, and gold breaks out, it's gonna go. That's it. If the dollar is getting rejected now and it breaks below that range, then it's going to be very, very clear what's going to happen. Dollar is going to break down. It's going to retest this range. It's going to get rejected. Price comes down. Yeah, then it's not worth shorting, for example, the currencies right now because of the dollar breaking down here. Then it's much more appealing to start looking at like gold longs if gold breaks above that high, right? That's the ultimate for me personally. And because gold is already at an all-time high then, it's just gonna fly. Trading says that LTA VIP is so clutch. Bro, if you understand it, if you truly understand the VARN profile, if you understand how this works, and you simplify it as much as possible, you don't overcomplicate it, and you understand, you need to know a couple of nuances, and you understand the risk, and you don't get emotional, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna kill it. Lorenzo, you're still in Bali. I'm still in Bali. I never left. I have been traveling a little bit, but I'm still in Bali here. I mean, I got my place. I got my gym, my boxing gym. You know, I've been sponsoring a gym here in Bali. It's called Lions MMA Bali. If you're in Bali, by the way, you have to come to that gym. This is where I train. This is where my OGs train. This is where my sponsored fighters are. So the way I want to give back to the community in Bali, predominantly in the fighting industry, because a lot of Indonesians are heavily underpaid. It's actually crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. So specifically fighters, you know, these guys, they eat, sleep, and train. That's the only thing they do all day long. So we have been sponsoring these guys right now for a while here. And I will show you some pictures in a second, but like we have been really killing it with these guys here. Yeah, so my goal is to sponsor upcoming professional fighters in Bali. And to help them. Holy shit, it's been 8 months since the previous live stream. Yes, sir. Welcome back, my friend. Dominic, nice move. Thank you. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Very nice. Almost fall asleep. Dollar dropping, gold pushing. News in what, 5 minutes? Ooh. You're going to make a meeting in Bali or something about that. You're planning to at some point for sure. Yeah, we're gonna be grinding here for a while. I still have a lot of things to do. I know some guys here that are doing Bali meetups already, Bali boot camps. I know a couple guys that are doing it already. A couple traders here. What's his name? I think his name is Aaron. Yeah, Bali is a small world. It's a small world. Yeah, Lorenzo, is Bali cheap to live? No. People forget that all the time, bro. People don't realize that after, and this is something that you have to understand. Literally after the war, Okay? Wait 1 second. Nice, I'm gonna remember this one. Anyways, after the war started, you guys obviously already know what I'm talking about. A lot of Russians moved to Bali, right? A lot of Russians moved to Bali, a lot of Ukrainians moved to Bali. Pretty much the whole West moved to Bali, okay? And you know what happens when everyone moves to Bali on a small island? Exactly. Real estate goes through the roof. So by default, it becomes extremely expensive right now. Bali is starting to become expensive. See, everything is getting upgraded. New schools are getting built. International schools are getting built for kids. Hotels, new villas, communities, new gyms, wellness, you name it, everything. So obviously price goes up. That's just the reality. So it's, you know, when I came to Bali in like what, 2018, it was cheap as fuck. I could live on like $1,000 a month. $800, $900 a month if I wanted to. But at the beginning, when I came to Bali the first time, I decided to spend as less money as possible to build my business, to build my my cash flow, to build my equity, whatever. And I was spending $1,000 a month, okay, for everything. There's no way I could live on $1,000 a month. This market, there's no chance, zero. What he said, do you know Cameron? Cameron Foods, he's one of the OG Forex crypto I started following 8 or 10 years ago. I know Cameron, yes, sir. I think we briefly met a couple times, a couple years ago. That's it. Yeah, I know Cameron. Cameron has been killing it, right? He has been killing it. Well done for him. Well, very nice. Very nice. Why are you in Bali, not in Dubai? I don't. So the thing with Dubai is, right? Everyone loves Dubai. Everyone is talking about Dubai all the time. Dubai is amazing. I don't want to be there whole year round. I could never be there the whole year round. I mean, it's number one, the summer, everyone is leaving in the summer. That's just the reality. Everyone is leaving. It's just too hot. And Bali has that like kind of chill vibe. You know, I go to the gym. I have my schedule, my health on point, my diet on point. I have my trainers, my personal trainers. I just have everything I need. So it's cool. Dubai for me, a couple months a year, maybe. Maybe it's cool to go there for couple months here, that's it. If I would choose a couple months here, not looking to live there the whole year round. Bali, I could live the whole year round if I wanted to. Okay, gold pushing, dollar breaking. You see it? Dollar is breaking down a little bit. Gold is starting to push up. We are waiting for this range to be broken. This is the range we're waiting for it to be broken. This exact same setup happened 2 days ago. A couple days ago, where we had a range. We had the breakdown. And then we had an expansion. And then the retracement was our entry right here. This was our entry. Right there. So what you see right now is the same. Okay, range, waiting for the breakout. And that range will turn potentially into support if the dollar breaks down and gets rejected. Boys and Lorenzo, long time no see. 2022 time. Whoa, damn, man. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. So what have you guys been looking at? Like in terms of like YouTube streamers, guys that you guys, who are you following at the moment? Literally, I got really out of touch with reality in the trading industry, man. Just been focusing on the guys in the group.
Where do we go when the sunshine meets the night? Chasing a ghost between the lines.
Yeah.
Stuck between the smoke and vice. Where do we go when the sunshine meets the night?
Big Daddy Max. Big Daddy Max. Nice.
Stuck between the smoke and vice.
We love our Big Daddy Max.
Where do we go?
Time to eat. Time to eat, yes. Of course, we know time. We know Nick. We know Nick. TJR. Yeah. Trade Sharp. G. Love Trade Sharp. Definitely. London session. Clever guy. Straight to the point. Confident. Doesn't give a fuck. Consistency. King Abe saying, I know all the streamers. I for sure know all the streamers. What happened to Danvo? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. That's what probably a lot of people asked about me as well here. Well, I've been working. Okay, that's what I've been doing. Building up this community right here. Right, this community right here. Doing my absolute best to build these guys, turn them profitable traders. I don't know what happened to Danvo, honestly. I literally don't know. I know that he obviously had some issues with the PAM account at that time. It was like a year ago. And then after that, I don't know. Like is he streaming? Mustafa says, in your opinion, is a 49% win rate good? Of course. If your risk to reward is good enough, a 49% win rate is perfect. Don streams on Twitch. Okay, amazing. Amazing. I mean, I'm happy for him, man. Like, listen, you have to understand that that was a tough period probably for this guy, you know? And that was definitely something that we have to acknowledge. Like, you have to just go through it. You have to accept it. And, you know, there was something wrong with the PAM account. The PAM account blew up. A lot of people that were watching him were invested in it, blah, blah, blah. A lot of hate. Everyone making videos about him. Everyone loves him, and then everyone hates him, right? You know how it goes. And obviously, you know, there are some things that he did wrong, clearly. That's not what I'm not going to say. It's not the case. But the thing is that, you know, to overcome that and just to keep streaming consistently, that's some G shit right there. Some people say that he scammed his viewers. I don't know. Maybe he fucked up. Maybe he just lost the money. Maybe he didn't make any money over it. I don't know. We don't know. I don't know. Can't judge right there.
Where do we go?
And if you put your money, you understand how a guy trades, by the way. You have seen his track records, whatever the case may be. If you want to put your money there, it's on your risk. Okay? Don't invest your money into someone. And if the money goes away or something goes wrong, don't blame the person for it. Blame yourself. Like, people need to take their own responsibility, man. Pointing fingers is so easy, right? It's so easy to say, oh, this guy, I'm gonna find you, whatever. But you were the person invested in it. You made the decision to invest in a PAM account. Like, yeah, it's fucked up, but it's the reality. Like, Just work for yourself. Build the fucking skill set. And make some fucking money. That's it. What did you do with the money you made over the last couple of months? I bought new teeth. That's one thing I did. I bought a new watch too. I bought new teeth. I bought a new watch. I even bought a saxophone. And these things are fucking expensive, just so you know that. These things are not like top $100, by the way. Thousands of dollars right there. Okay? A saxophone. Some G shit right there. Okay, hopefully we see some volume. Okay, we understand it's September. I get the point here. By the way, guys, have you guys noticed that the London sessions, by the way, again, today as well. This was 2 p.m. We exited at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. actually, New York time, 3 a.m. Have you seen that the Londons have been killing it? The London expansions have been crazy. I was thinking, should have just trade London, but no way. No, I like New York. New York is our thing. You know, I trade London for sure, but clearly, you know, the expansions have been pretty good during London, honestly. How about Asians? Have you ever traded Asians? No, I've never traded Asians. I'm not really an Asian trader. I guess you refer back to the session. Not really. Even though I could. No. London, either London or New York. That's it. London or New York. I prefer New York. And I know for a fact that by the end of this month, New York is gonna go. New York is gonna run. I like this one. I like this one. So what is my goal trading wise? My goal trading wise is very simple. 25k payout, 25k payout, 25k payout, preferably multiple times. And then hopefully get back into some swing positions on my personal account, my private account, with some more money, some big money, private swing positions. It's just not the time for it yet. I don't see it. Yeah. At least gold is pumping, gold is going, gold is breaking soon. Let's see. We have news in what? 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Let's try it again. So this guy right now is in a Euro USD long. I said I'm not going to always trade gold, for example. It could be that tomorrow I'll be trading the pound against the US dollar. I will be trading the euro against the US dollar. It could easily be that you see me trade currencies, by the way, right now. We have been doing this in our community. It has been just working very, very well. Okay. So one guy, Andre, he is in a Euro USD long right now. This is our trading floor, by the way. This is where we execute trades together. We are always in the trading floor, hanging out here. The guys are all following the exact same strategy, okay? This was the hardest thing for me to make sure was perfect in my group. Also in our Telegram group. You can join our free Telegram, by the way. To find that congruence, make sure that everyone trades the exact same, okay? If everyone trades the same, everyone can improve the same way. If everyone starts trading different, slightly different, it's not gonna work. People don't know who to follow, right? So the fact that everyone here in this group trades the exact same, executed live, is just next level, okay? This is why we have been, I think, succeeding so well here. This is why so many guys have been becoming funded and are actually becoming profitable because of that reason. And if you haven't seen the results of our group, in general, I highly recommend to join my, follow me on Instagram. Right, we've been building up some of our IG stuff here, some quick snippets as well here. It's definitely worth checking out and getting involved as well here. But anyways, some guys right now are in Euro USD long. Andrea, I think, is in a long. And it makes sense when the dollar is dropping, right? If the dollar now pulls back into this zone, then this setup is going to be legit. So he's on the right track right there, because this is now the range on the lower time frame that you see. You see the C here, you see the M here, and you see the E. The dollar is right now an 8-hour supply. The dollar is an 8-hour supply. The dollar is getting rejected. It's breaking below that range. So what do? You use this range and you draw the range, the fixer's wire profile here of that range. You mark out the POC and the very low. If price pulls back here and it gets rejected and it breaks down, then this is what's going to happen. Price is going to pull back on the euro. It's going to tap into the zone. It's going to tap into the fixed very high. And you could see a potential breakout, right? And that's then an entry we would take right here. We put our stop loss below and we would target, let's say, the highs right there of that range, or almost the highs of that range. Or you could say we target this previous range right here. Maybe something like that. So that is something that we're looking at. Or at least that's something that our group right now is looking at right here. Okay. So it could easily be that tomorrow I'll be trading the euro, tomorrow I'll be trading the pound. It just depends on the market. Okay? It can really be the key difference here. Okay. So if you're on the streams and you want to trade, then yeah, this is what's going to happen sometimes. We're going to sometimes trade gold. Sometimes we're not going to trade gold. Sometimes there are just better opportunities out there and gold is just not giving what we want. Then I can sit on my hands all day and do nothing, or I can find a currency pair that aligns and it gives me exactly what I'm looking for. Are you back to streaming daily? Yes, my man. I mean, only if you want to, though. Only if you want to. So let's say something like this plays out here. That's the setup to take for me. We'll be taking out the Asian highs here, number one. This is also another layer we can talk about all the time, but we already swept the Asian lows here. New York is expanding right now. If we break out above the fixed fair high, we pull back into it. And that's an entry. Stops go below. Target the Asian highs at least. And go for 2 to 1. That's a valid setup. And if gold goes, it goes. If the dollar drops, it drops. It will go. It will go. It will go. We are already bullish macro-wise. We already broke out number one. We already closed a daily candle above it. We flipped it next daily candle right now. When people say you have to pull back, it doesn't always have to be. Like sometimes price doesn't pull back. It's not gonna turn this into support. Sometimes it is gonna go. It's possible. This is where the lower time frame comes into play. So right now you see it already, right? So first things first, if you look at the dollar right now, go to the 8-hour time frame and you look at the dollar, go to the 8-hour. Where are we getting rejected from right now? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, please. Let me know in the chat. Where are we getting rejected from right now? On the dollar. Supply, right? 8-hour supply right here. Okay, that's what we have been seeing right here. The price is getting rejected from 8-hour supply. That doesn't mean much. That doesn't mean much. That's good to know, but it doesn't mean much for us. What is important is the internal, the lower time frame. What happens on the lower time frame? Let's go to the 5-minute. Let's make it very obvious. We consolidate, we manipulate, we break down, we expand, we break the lows, we break structure. This is what people call a change of character or break of structure, whatever. I call this the CME. That's it. Volume profile of the range, pullback, continuation. That's the internal confirmation. That has high probability of continuing down. That's when I become biased. That's why I say I'm gonna look for longs on gold. That's where I could say I'm gonna look for Euro USD longs, like we talked about. One of our guys is currently in the Euro USD long, right? That's the example. The only thing that you need with this strategy is a win rate of at least 50%. That's it. If you win at least 50% of the time and you target a 2 to 1, and that is going to be your average risk reward ratio, you're going to be good. Matthias says you're looking for shorts on the Nasdaq. Seems to be the best case scenario considering the macro. We can check the Nasdaq real quick if you want. Starting to look weaker. We've been waiting for this a long time already. We still have not even broken structure yet on the daily. Yeah, same thing, guys. Do you? And then you wait for the entry model right here. Short, breakdown. Stop loss above that high. Could be nice, 2 to 1. Something like that. You say it's easy in hindsight, and it's true. It's easy in hindsight. But once you start spotting these, it becomes your natural instinct to find these patterns over and over and over again. All the time. Right here, all the time. Okay, so Nasdaq's broke down right now, now breaking down. Now you're dealing with internal ranges. You have this range, by the way, as well. Look at this range. Look at the fixed very low. You see that? Bro, I'm not making this shit up. This is real. This is real shit. You just have to see it. Range, break, retest. Internal CME, a triple A setup right here. Range, break, retest, CERC, larger, on a larger field, right? On the 1 hour, 2 hour. On the lower time frame, range, manipulation, expansion, continuation. Right there, boom. Consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation, consolidation, manipulation, expansion. Boom. That's what you need to learn. If you trade the Nasdaq, that's what you need to know. That's what you need to know. Okay? Volume are your entry models here. Then you have entry models, things that you look at. I've been simulating thousands and thousands of trades and then executing thousands of trades according to specific entry models. What do I mean with entry models? Specific candles that tap into a certain level. You know these order flow guys, they trade order flow, they go deep into the market dynamics, the market action, they look at actual buyers and sellers, footprint, blah, blah, blah. What I've noticed and what I've taken from them is the understanding of how a rejection looks and takes place at a certain level. So if you can spot an area of interest, which is of course volume based, right here, then you can see the rejection by specific entry models, okay? It's a certain candle formation, all right? Usually what you see is 2 wicks getting rejected, a base getting formed, and then a break of that low. That's usually what you see. Then that could be your entry, okay, depending on the time frame, depending on what you're looking for. You tap into it twice, you break down, and you look for the continuation towards the downside right here. That is usually a break confirmation. Now, the ideal is that the session is aligned with it. So the New York Open or the London Open or somewhat of a session where there's high volume. If that's the case, you have usually exactly what you want to look for, okay? If you spot that right 50% of the time with a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio, like I've been saying already, 55% of the time with a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio, roughly, you make money. You have a linear line, you make money, okay? You will make money if you follow that pattern, and then we can add on other layers. Then we can start adding on the macros. We can start adding on supply and demand. We can start adding on some fundamental data. Because we can start adding all these layers on top of that and then continue the process. So right now, either a pullback needs to happen again, or we need to turn a similar range into resistance. It's probably happening right now, actually. That this range is in resistance right here. So that means you need to close below it. I prefer to pull back and then continue to sell off. Just follow up with this trend right there. Something like that. No one says, happy to see you back on YouTube. Thank you, my friend. Riker G says, once you see them, you spot them everywhere. Exactly. Exactly. You can download the book for free. The LTA Concepts Trading War Map. I give this shit away for free. The reason why, let me explain you why this is free, okay? Before it gets all like conspiratorial. All the information in this book right here, okay, is already out there, okay? The information is already there. I'm not gonna sit here and say, I created, I developed, what I did is I took certain things from certain guys that I've seen working for myself, and I've decided to put that thing together and turn that into a mechanical system, a mechanical process. And I've been simulating that, I've been backtesting that, I've been live testing that, I've been even live trading with it on YouTube, and then I've been trading with it in our group, in our community with it as well, okay? That's that combination. So it's the sequence, it's the system that you need to understand. If you understand the system behind it, you understand a step-by-step process, it pretty much cannot go wrong. The only thing that can fuck it up after that is you not being able to stick to your process, is you not being able to be mentally disciplined enough in trading, to be strong enough to take 30 trades and to literally follow a system and nothing else. Don't get emotional, don't get upset, don't screw it up. That's the only thing that can happen from that moment on. Okay? It's you not sticking to your rules, which is 90% of everyone out there. That's just the reality. So if you make that switch, decide for yourself, that is something I'm going to work on. And this information is everything you need. That congruence. You need to understand the nuances in order to succeed in trading by default. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. If you're going to be scared of a losing trade, you can forget about it already. You can literally pack your bags. If you're going to get emotional, you're going to sit crying about a losing trade here. You're gonna be packing your bags very, very soon. You're not gonna survive in this game. Okay, that's just the reality. This is the main reason why at some point, to be really honest with you, I started to dislike other streamers. I'm not gonna call names. I'm not gonna say people, I'm not gonna call names, whatever the case may be here. But the problem with streamers is this. And we're gonna break that pattern, by the way. But the problem with streamers is that they are so obsessed with winning and not losing that they are willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to do and show a W. It doesn't matter what the W is. It doesn't matter if it's a 5-pip move. It doesn't matter. It's a W, right? W. That is what I see all the time, right? That shit pisses me off. And it becomes about winning. It becomes about that quick dopamine W. It doesn't become about becoming consistently profitable, making money in this game. Right? All these streamers that are in that shit for the W, not gonna work out, my friend. Long term, it's fucked. You need to have an approach. You need to be able to take losses. You need to be able to take a hit, take a loss, to accept defeat, to move on, because you have belief, you're confident enough that you know that your strategy works over time because you already have all the data and all the proof to back that up. Otherwise, you should not be streaming in the first place. I was like, fuck that stream, man. Honestly, I had a certain period of time where I was like, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm gonna build a book. I'm gonna write a book. I'm just gonna write a book. Fuck it. I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna close my VIP group. I'm not gonna make any money for my VIP. Nothing. I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna release my book. And we'll see what we do after. Are you okay in Bali? I heard there are protests. Yeah, there are some protests here. I heard about it too. Bali is a bubble. So Bali, you know, we don't really see any of that. By the way, if you guys are familiar with my brand, with the brand of me and my partner and my co-founder, Gavin Dantis and Duros and Igor, they're one of our guys in our teams that have been killing it. We work together as partners. Limitless is the brand, okay? And this is what we have been doing outside of the streaming shit, outside of trading. We have been sponsoring fighters. We have been sponsoring a gym. So we are the main sponsor of a gym in Bali, Lions MMA Bali. So if you want to come, you can join me anytime. You can even spar with me if you want to. Okay? You can even spar with your guy. You can knock me out. You can knock me out, okay? If you want to. Limitless, baby. Okay, dollar reacting from previous weekly POC. We need to break below this. Break below that. In terms of news, nothing today, right? Literally nothing. No response whatsoever. Yeah, negative. Okay, dollar coming down, but it was not because of news, to be honest. This was just. This was already planned. This was already planned. That's another thing with news. Things happen already. Why is it always that whenever news comes out, why is it always that we are either in a macro supply zone or a macro demand zone happening? What's the previous weekly POC? The previous weekly POC is the area where in the previous trading week, the most volume was executed. The most trades were executed. So on the dollar, yes, it is a tradable asset, by the way. Just so you know, it is a tradable asset. It can be a tradable asset. A week ago, right here, or 2 weeks ago, also, you can see that the most volume was traded exactly at the level where we are right now. This is why price responds from these levels here. So when people draw support and resistance, what they're actually looking for are the volume levels, the areas where the most trades have been executed. That's the real support and resistance, okay? We're now back at that support. So that's why you need to break it. If you break this, then gold will definitely drive further towards the upside. Regardless, gold is very strong. Anyways. So I think we're close to an entry. what are the pairs you trade most often? I trade everything, man. Like all the currencies and gold and currencies are the main things I trade. I'm personally, that's just my personal opinion, I'm not a big fan of indices, but I could trade indices if I wanted to. I just like to trade currencies. I like to trade commodities. So gold and currencies. If you look at August, what is this? Gold. Gold. Losing trade on the pound. GU. Winning trade on GU. Winning trade on silver. Winning trade on GU. Winning trade on GU and the Canadian dollar. Dollar CAD. Losing trade on silver. Winning trade on silver. So it depends. It really depends. Retest entry for me, yeah. Usually I want to see a pullback. This is something that is for a lot of people really hard to do. And sometimes price is gonna fly without you. And that is just the reality. But most of the time, you can already see this right here. Price steps into the fixed POC here. Very nicely. Look at that reaction, by the way. Look at that tap. It's crazy. If you look at this range as well, you know, we look at this range. Look at the POC here. Holding. Look at this support. Right? The reality is that a lot of times when you look at a CME play, you want to wait for the retracement to enter. That's the system. There's nothing I can do against that. I need to follow that exact system. Sometimes it's gonna run without me. That's completely fine. This is that system. At some point, price retraces and pulls back. If you feel like you want to go aggressive, up to you. But the retracement is usually what I will wait for. Okay, but you can see clearly, dollar got rejected from supply, lower time frame. We created that manipulation right there. We broke down. This is what gold did. It held in this range and it started breaking out. Now it's the continuation. There's nothing stopping it, in my opinion, for gold to go higher. How do you pull out the POC? Go here, you click on the fixed range volume profile. You go over a range from the left to the right. You usually take the range and you take it from the left to the right until the breakout. So you don't take the breakout, you take it until the breakout. And then you use that information. Okay. If you want to have more information about the setups and things here, I recommend you to just simply watch my videos. On Instagram, they're like, what, 30-second videos. This one right here. Where is that one? This is about the previous weekly POC. Okay. Where is that one? Man, so many. Consistency right there. Am I blind right now? Oh yeah, here. This one did almost 1 million views, okay? This one did almost 1 million views. Explains you how to use the previous weekly POC and how important this actually is. The amount of people that don't believe in what we're saying here is insane. But it happens every single week on a certain asset. And every time price tends to respond from it, at least respond from it. Okay, so I highly recommend you to watch this one right here. We'll talk about it. How to draw the volume profile correctly, how to use it, and how to make sure that when you draw it with a way of precision. You learn this over time. You get more and more precise, more and more accurate with drawing the right levels here. Out of all your setups, the weekly POCs are the greatest ones with very high risk reward. Yes, it could be. Could be. This is why you react from it right now on the dollar. Look at that. That's why you react from it right now. This is why I think gold is going to pull back. Going to pull back into this level. And what needs to happen is the dollar needs to flip this. Elden Stingling said, can I trade with $100? You can. You can trade with $5 if you $10 if you want to, my friend. It's not about the money. It's about the process. Money will follow. People are obsessed with making money instead of with making following a clear process. And that's the problem. They rather take more risk because the amount of money that they will make off a single trade is not enough for them. It doesn't feel satisfying. Right? You recognize me? Doesn't feel satisfying, right? I only make $5 on this trade. Doesn't feel satisfying. It needs to be $20 on this trade. What are you going to do? You're going to risk more. You're going to lose more. You get the point? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to risk more because you're not satisfied with that number. Yeah, but this is only going to be $5 and that's not going to work for me. Broke. Broke. All right, dollar. Flip bearish, flip bullish. Entry. Kirtan says gold doesn't correlate to the dollar all the time. Nope. It's not about it. It does correlate, actually. It does negatively correlate. Okay? It definitely does negatively correlate. You just need to understand that it's all about relative strength. This is a term I'm going to be using all the time. Gold's going to come down a little bit. Dollar goes up a lot. That shows gold strength, not weakness. Why? The dollar goes up this much. Gold only goes down this much. So when the dollar is in resistance and it starts dropping down, guess what's going to happen? Gold is going to come up. Dollar is going to drop a little bit. Gold is going to go up this much. Relative strength, sorry. Eurus says, drawing a fixed profile, fixed range. Why did you start with that candle and not the first red candle, the one you picked in the middle? On which one? Which asset? Which instrument? In the meantime, guys, let's just smash up that like button here. All right, your boy's back. We're going to be streaming here on a day-to-day basis. Make sure you just smash up that like button for me. Just press it right now. Click on that thing. Click on that thing. Pump it up. Let me get back into the algorithm, man. Let me get back into the algo. Are you still in touch with Thomas? Yes, I still call with him. Yeah, for sure. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Fixed POC. Look at that reaction. Hey. Okay, let me set it up. Let me set it up. So the thing is right now, if you look at it right here, I can't take this on the GC pair. I need to go to the micros because I only want to risk $1,000. Okay? I only want to risk $1,000 on my trade. I don't want to risk I don't want to risk $1,500 on one contract. It can only be $1,000, okay? So it should be 5 contracts, I think, micro. Six contracts micro. No more, sorry. We have this range, we have this pullback. Can be a bit tighter, to be honest. Oh, shit. Shit. Let's do it on my 2 accounts, 3. There we go. All right, like this. What are you trading? We have 4 express and 1 combine. We're trying to get the last one done. I've been testing some things out with 1 account. We're trying to make this happen here. So that is the CME. Let me make a screenshot right there. Rejection at 8-hour supply. CME downside. Break below previous weekly PSC. What else? Fixed very high. Fixed PSC. $1,000 risk. 2 to 1. All-time high. Per account. Yeah, so we're in, guys. So this is a CME play. This thing has a, for me personally, over time. So let's say over the course of, yeah, multiple months, a 55% win rate on average. You can say, oh, that's nothing, 55%. Well, with a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, okay, that is really good. Sometimes it's 70%. I have periods where it's killing it, 70%. Sometimes it's lower. Sometimes the market doesn't give me what I want. The volume is low, or I mess up personally. I also make mistakes, right? I have these things layered, included as well. So I would say 60% is the average premises of this strategy here. I actually have some data showing this exactly. Let me show you. So for example, right, this is on a nice push. This is on a let me show you. So this is, for example, let me show you this one. This is $10,000 account. This is only the CME plane, okay? Only the CME pattern. These are 2,000 trades measured over the course of 10 years. 10 years of data. Yeah, 10 years of data, okay? CMEs. So it's not perfect with volume levels, to be honest. It's not perfect. It was really hard. It's impossible to do. But it's like, it's the consolidation period, expansion, and then continuation entry. That's it. 2,000 trades, 10 years. 40% win rate. 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. You think, oh, that's nothing. But understand this. This is without the understanding of the dollar. This is without the correlations. This is without understanding the macro supply and demand, the higher time frame. This is without understanding any of that. So if you can prove that a system by default is already profitable, okay, is already profitable by default, just the system itself, the framework, then you can only optimize it manually. You can only optimize it manually. You can turn that 40% win rate into a 60% win rate. Okay, that means you still lose 4 out of 10 trades, but because you make more than you lose, right? You don't need to win all the time. That's the reality. You don't need to. You don't need to. That's the proof in the pudding. Like, that's like backtested data, 2,000 simulated trades. It can only go up from there because the framework itself works. Proven. The question is, are you able to deal with it mentally? Can you be consistent mentally? Can you be that guy that just executes according to a plan without emotion, without being a little bitch? You agree or what? Let me get some tea, man. Yeah, it's the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's pretty similar. The CME, that's how I grew up with it. That's what I learned. It's more of an order flow term, to be honest. A real order flow term. And we use volume. Pum, 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 pum. Let's see what the guys are doing.
Quick put on oil.
Yo, what's up? Are we in gold?
What's up, brother?
Hello, hello.
Nope.
Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, look at that. Look at that entry. Oh, so nice. So
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Okay, TPF guys.
We are aligned. Nice, nice, nice.
so clean. So clean.
Out.
TP Christian, yeah? Well done, boy. Good work.
Oh, look at that. Look at that Liam screen. So nice. So clean.
Yeah, 1R. I thought I'd move it to 1R.
Yeah, different prices on spot and futures charts.
Yeah. Killing it. Patience is king, guys.
man.
Patience is king. We have been talking about it yesterday in our weekly analysis where we were waiting for price to respond. What happened? Dollar this time is supply. Yesterday it was in demand. 8-hour demand. We broke above the internal range.
Yep.
Now it's the opposite.
Yes, sir. Patience is very much underrated. Just also looking at oil. Be nice to see a daily closure bullish.
Hmm?
Yeah, look at the levels.
Yeah, oil looks good as well. Oil looks good as well. Definitely. Okay, that means the Asian high right now is taken out. Okay. That's great. Can definitely continue to roll. I don't see any reason why it could not be. Gold has been accumulating here for a while. Now we're seeing the expansion. We saw the retest, right? We saw the retest. We talked about it. You see the pullback? I'm not going to be a pussy now. Okay. I'm gonna put my stop loss and break even now. Like every other live streamer would do it right now. Take profit, guys, take profit. W, take profit. Take profit, guys, take profit. 5 pips, 5 pips. No, seriously, if you wanna, that's not, wanna take profit, it's up to you to decide, of course. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge, okay? I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. It's your money. I think after, let's say, a 1R, I'm usually cool with putting my stops on break even. That would be roughly around there. So if we, let's say, re-break the highs right now, I would say, okay, that's fair. Oh, you have to re-break the highs first, so. That's it. Juan says, I'm out. I don't know how to handle the full TP yet. No worries, my friend. If you are not, up to you to decide. Up to you to decide, truly. Not here to force anything upon you. If you want to take profit, man. Do you take partials? I don't like it. I have been testing everything. I've been testing taking partials. I've been testing splitting my risk. I've been testing putting my stop loss break even much earlier. I've been testing so many different things. So many different layers. For me personally, letting my trade run is the best thing I can do personally. Now, there are a couple layers where I close my trade manually early. That is, for example, when we have news, I have to close my trade before the news. It could be when the session volume dies out and there is just nothing happening in the market anymore. Market dies down. That's when I close my trade earlier. But for the rest, not really. Do I put my stop loss on break even sometimes at a 1R? Yes, I do. We'll go a bit deeper about, we'll talk about it a little bit deeper later on. Okay, so we have 415 likes right now. We have 500 people watching. So that means that at least 100 of you guys have not pressed that like button for me. Like my first stream after 11 months. Give your boy a like, right? Come on. Get me in the algorithm. Get me in the algorithm. All right? Get me back in the algo. I'm in my lows right now, man. Come on. No, I'm actually in my highs, but anyways. Community-wise, mentally-wise, we're at highs here. What about the RR? Do you have a fixed RR? Yes. But I do look at if it makes sense to place my target there. So if it doesn't make any sense to have a 2-to-1 because of a certain level or a certain resistance or a certain area, obviously I'm not gonna go and take my trade. I just leave the trade. It's not worth it. If my risk to reward does not allow me to take the trade setup, then why would I take the trade? Right? Doesn't make sense. So if I know that it has runway, it makes sense. So yeah, this all is all in our ebook, by the way. We talk about this all the time. Let me show you where it is so you can find it. It's called the execution framework. Okay. Sorry, risk and money management. Sorry. Optimal risk reward ratio. The problem with a flexible RR model. The reality of high RR trades. The other side, the 1.1, 1-to-1 R, and the sweet spot, the 2-to-1 risk reward ratio right here. Okay, I break it down perfectly for you with data backing up why, from my testing, from my perspective, over the course of a long period of time, that has been working really well for the day traders. So for the guys who are going in and going out after a single session, so they want to trade a single trading day or they want to be in a position for a single trading session. Okay, one of those. Lorenzo, will your book be available in Spanish? I don't think so for now. Who knows? Not now. I heard about Spanish. I heard about German. I heard about Portuguese. I heard about... no, that's it actually. Spanish, Portuguese, and German. But for now, it's English. But you know what the thing is? Reading it is fine. Oh, reading it is fine. But it's like a child's book, okay? It's trade after trade. It's picture after picture. It is chart after chart, okay? So that's pretty much everything you will see. You will see it. You will understand it from there. It's pretty straightforward. It's like a guideline. What is the win ratio for your strategy? Like I said before, it's roughly around a 55% over the course of multiple months of trading, 4 months of data. No, sorry, 6 months of data. 55% win rate with an average 1 to 1.83. And you say, some people say that's really bad. For me, with a 2 to 1 risk reward ratio, on average, it is good. It's linear. It's linear growth. Right here, boom. So yeah, that means we're not going to win every trade on stream, but it doesn't matter because it's about the system. It's about the process. It's literally an intraday hack. It's definitely is. Volume. How are you approaching risk on your top step combine? I don't trade different. Right now I have 4 express accounts, 150K, 1 combine. I don't trade it any different. Why would I? I'm also not a big fan of passing things quickly. You know, you need a couple trades, man. 2 to 1 risk reward ratio. Risk $1,000 per trade. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. You could get funded in a week, 2 weeks if you are very profitable. If not, it will take a little bit longer. That's completely fine. But my risk is usually $1,000 per trade, per account. So that's $5,000 per cumulatively. But sometimes I lower my risk. It depends on the situation. We'll talk about this later on. There's so many concepts, so many confluences. This is why you have to come back tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST. And we're going to talk about something new that you didn't know yet, that we're going to implement. It's a step-by-step process. We haven't figured out. I had a year to think about it. Okay? Lorenzo, what do you think about ICT and SMC? Personally, I think they're all the same. They're overrated. ICT, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, same, very similar. The only thing that I personally don't like are the quote-unquote fair value gaps and everything. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not there. Sometimes there are multiple. Which one are you gonna choose? Order blocks, etc. I think it's very subjective. Very subjective in my opinion. Volume is orders executed in the market. That's it. The POC, the point of control, the most orders executed at this price level. Why did price step into this level right now? Why did price step into this level perfectly on the dot? Yeah, for value gap. Yeah, but why exactly at the POC? Why exactly at this particular level right here? And why not a little bit lower or a little bit higher? That's because the most orders were executed right here by an institution, by different algorithms, by different market participants, you name it. So what do? We use that as our confirmation. The conclusion, ICT to me personally is very subjective. LTA, the way we developed it, is more mechanical, more systematic, more built around real order flow, even though we're not looking at the footprint chart, etc. right here. So some order flow guys are going to tell me, yeah, but you don't look at the actual marketplace. I know exactly from what I'm seeing now in the chart what is happening here. And yes, there is truth to it that with order flow, I could confirm what I'm thinking is happening. True. But after so many simulations, so many different trade setups, so many different variations, I have spotted just how the market moves and how entry models develop. How candles pull back into certain levels at certain moments after patterns play out, during certain sessions, during volume, etc. So for that reason, order flow could be like the next step, the final layer for the real G's out there over time. Maybe LTA 3.0 comes out with order flow included, but it's optional in my opinion, from what I've seen though. So it's the hybrid. It's a combination of the order flow. It's a combination of volume. For some people, the volume profile is completely new. If it's completely new to you, I highly recommend you to just play around with it. Have fun with it. Enjoy the process. You will see that sometimes price taps perfectly into a level and it just goes from there. You will see. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be profitable right away. You found the secret sauce because the volume profile is so special. Everyone can use it. So it's not the secret sauce. It's about the system behind it. Yeah, let's play the gold sound for you guys. My locals right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the streams. It's good to have you here. It feels so good, man. It feels so good to be back. You have to understand. It's the only thing I've been doing for years, streaming. You have to understand. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Lorenzo Crowdo, we're going to stream multiple days a week. We're going to be looking at setups. We're going to be talking about a system. We're going to be talking about the volume profiles. Gold. 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 I'm a bit offbeat, man. Need to get back into it. Gold. 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 Let's go. It works. It works. A big shout out to my guys in the group. I'm very proud of them, by the way. Very, very proud of my fellas here. These guys have been sticking with me for a full year. We've all decided we want to learn LTA. We want to go all in. We want to improve the strategy. We want to make this next level. And they're here every single day. They're streaming, they're trading. So the best thing that you can do if you want to start out with us, if you want to join us, you need to join our Telegram. I think that is a good setup. Pretty much, it's free. You can join it. Couple requirements. You join, you get into the Telegram, get alerted. You see my market updates every single day. Every single day. You get my market updates before the streams. All these layers. Okay, what's happening? Okay, what's happening, LTA? Good afternoon. You know what I mean? Yes. Okay, what's happening, fam? Hope you guys are doing well. Easy peasy. It's a good start, a good beginning. All right, stops on break even here. You can do that right now. Now you can say W in the chat if you want to, okay? Now you can say W in the chat if you want to. Risk-free, winning day, 2,600 up, $1,000 P&L. That's good. That's good. Secured, yeah? Okay. Yes. Gold. 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 CME. 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 Damn. Wow. If you guys are interested in the playlist, you guys can have the LTA special playlist, by the way. I highly recommend you to check it out, okay? The LTA Concepts playlist right here. If you are the OG, you're gonna love this shit. For sure, you're gonna love it, okay? Because these were all the songs that we were listening to that were pulling up on the stream. This is like the OG shit. I highly recommend to listen to that. Yeah, anyways. How long have we been streaming already? We've been streaming for 3 hours. Okay, guys. I am gonna leave you guys soon. We're not for another 10 hours. Upload should be on break even here. Should be secured completely. I hope you learned something today. I hope you like this format. We're gonna come back tomorrow again. If you're gonna be there tomorrow, let me know in the chat, please. Let's drop a I'm committed in the chat. Let's go. And then we're gonna come back tomorrow again, and we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna do it a bit different. We're gonna introduce some different things, new layers. Depends on the market. Tomorrow we might not be trading gold. We might be trading something else. All right. Depends on the situation. Just so you know already in advance, that's just the reality. Okay. I think that makes sense. It makes sense to me, at least, to do it this way. 8 a.m. EST tomorrow. We're going to be back on the stream here. Looking forward to see you there here. My socials are in the description. You can go and follow me on Instagram. I think that's a smart decision. Regardless, Telegram is the best place to get started by far. Get into the accelerator program. Free of charge. You need to sign up. You need to come in. Watch my daily market updates. Get involved. And yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. We're going to just keep going from there. shout out to you guys. Thank you for being here today. 3 hours, perfect. I think it's time to go. Appreciate every one of you guys.
Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under
See you
pressure.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Yeah, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Fuck this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah, oh shit, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I...
My soul got the same on my necklace, bitch.